You know, if I knew I was going to use this Sky Dome, I would have built the thing over here. What's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat here to see if I can get a better Sky Dome. Well, that looks a little bit better. All right, what's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat here for the walkthrough edition of this mega castle dollhouse. It's a dollhouse. This is a dollhouse. All right. So hindsight, right? I could have used New Holland Skyline for the special, but I didn't. So there's a couple things that I would probably like to change, but it's all right, I guess. I'm pretty sure y'all enjoyed it. I'm doing this right after I got done recording the other one. So I really enjoyed this. And again, this is based on Castlevania 1, or first one, and Symphony of the Night. And a couple of the rooms that were in, where was the ballroom? And the ballroom didn't quite look like that, but in the game I'm thinking of. Anyway, there's lots of different rooms in a lot of different games, and I wanted to get that in there. And I couldn't really get a mental picture of what I wanted to do. I mean, with all the different rooms, because all the games, it seemed to be like, to me, it didn't make sense. To me, this makes sense, I guess. I do have the prisons, jail cells in here, but I made a mention in the special video that there's a room, a trap, and the trap is right here. But it doesn't go there. It goes up here. So in the original game, when you fight the mummies and you beat the mummies, you automatically don't go down this tower. As many of you know. Oops, I'm up too far. So here's where I put... Oops, nope, not that floor. So Tower 1, which I call the Research and Development Laboratory. It's Dr. Frankenstein's labs. Well, Dracula also is a scientist, and so he'd do his work in here. And of course, Maleficent's in the game, and you fight her twice. She shows up to help Dracula. She's supposed to show up like 45 seconds into the fight, but for some reason, when I did the playthrough, it was like almost instantaneous, and Elsa and Merida took forever to load in, and then Elsa stayed. I think, yeah, Elsa's still here because I haven't reloaded it. Yeah, she's still in there. But I guess note to self and everybody else, if you're going to use the delay on the not the boss fight spawner, but the enemy creators, and you're going to rely on them, don't rely on them because they're not always accurate. So what I would do is hook them to a time delayer and use that and have that bounce off. But I exceeded the limit. I was getting close to it. When you exceed the limit with a hack, you can't load the game anymore. So I had to be very careful. And so I have certain games that won't load. I think I deleted them. I had certain games that wouldn't load because I went over too far. And because I modded it, it doesn't tell you. So anyway, so when you defeat the mummies, if you go back there, there's a clip. Hopefully I get it, and I'll put it in here. So you can see Thor going down the back. And then he goes all the way down here. And then there's some pirates, fish pirates, I call them, right? And
you won't taste victory this night.
I guess I could have made another boss fight with Davy Jones, but I didn't. And you know, I remember a while back, and it was a short video, but I wish he would have done more. But Bowtie Guy did a video, and I don't know how long ago it was, but where he did the Death Star like this. And at the time I seen that, I was already thinking about doing Castlevania like that. This is years ago, but I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do it because it was up in the air. Do I want to do 3D or do I want to do 2D? It was bouncing back and forth for years. So I'm like, if I do 3D, then I can do this. But I kept running out of space. So if I do 2D, I'm like, how do I do it? And the problem with 2D is, while you're making it, until you get the finished result, it doesn't look right. So you can get discouraged very easily with doing a 2D side scroller, because it takes a while before you get a result that looks anything coherent, that looks anything like anything. And then once you do, you're like, oh, I got to do this. But I could do this in 3D. Yeah, but you have to put a cap on the other end, and then, you know, you're pretty much at least adding another quarter to the size of the toy box. It's more than just sticking walls, you know, flat pieces on the wall. That would not look cool. You'd have to put windows and more cabinets and things like that. You'd have to really flesh it out. So I had to use barrier blocks, and I had to make them thin, kind of like what I started doing in the River City Ransom one a couple years ago, and never finished. But see right here, I gotta be careful going to spark mode. It could crash. That's fine, it's saved, right? So see, I had to make it thin, so I just make a wall and multiple walls. And believe it or not, the those barrier blocks take up a significant amount of space. I'm guessing because they're scalable? I don't know. I've had more problems with using those crashing while I'm putting them in than some of the other things. But I got to the library, I think I mentioned this before. I got here, I think, first floor, before I stopped making the tutorial videos. And I'm like, you know what? It's going to be probably 200 episodes long. I don't have the hard drives. I do have the hard drive space. I just don't want to delete stuff. Which, no excuse, right? And then I would have to edit them all. 2024 would be the year of Castlevania tutorials and nothing else. And I'm sure people would have got sick of it. I know that. You can say you wouldn't. You would have enjoyed it all you want, but you would get sick of it. I assure you. So I want to give you an up close of some of these character mods I did as well that I used for the boss fights. So you didn't really get an up close of when I was fighting them. I don't think. Yeah, I wish this would have worked out a little bit better with the loading in of the spider Java. Like I said, sometimes I don't know, I think I mentioned it in the special. Sometimes it would load in right away, and other times again, you get over here, and before you know it, and you can be up the steps and on your way over here and not know that there's something that you need to take care of down here. But then again, Merida would be down there, right? Fighting. Maybe she'd destroy it. And then you would know. Would know. Medusa's there. Or Java. Anyway. Yeah, there's a couple of precautionary things I can do. Like lock the doors and turn off the trigger areas to go up the ladders. But again, time. Anyway, I'm going to do, I think, small sections of this, like little arenas, and I don't know how far I'm going to get into that, but there's other things I want to do. So basically, every room is a small arena, pretty much. So, and I didn't decide that until after the hallway. Because if you think about it, the hallway is 1, 2, it's like 3 or 4 arenas put together. And I didn't have that idea. Well, I did, but it didn't come to fruition until I got up here. So to make each one 5 vaulted arches long. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this. So just stay tuned. I mean, we can do an up close. I mean, I'm not pressed for time here. Now if I reset this, I'll go in and I'll end up having to fight everything again. So let's not do that. Plus it'll break the Elsa thing. Let's see. Do we want to go in 2D? How do I get 2D here? Without starting the game over. Stepped on any. Activate. Why is Tinkerbell small? 'Cause she's small. Alright, so what I did, if you don't know, you can use the checkpoints to teleport. So I went down here, and of course this is surrounded by a another barrier block. But if you see up here, there's the trigger area. When I enter this, it teleports me here. So this one teleports me here. And then I enter this one, and then the enemies spawn in. So this one is only half. So you see that there's another one down here, which loads in these guys. And then, of course, I exit it. Now, this one's inactive right now. This one is what loads in Ronin, right? But it's inactive because I only wanted the bosses to show up once. And then I have those hooked up to a tool called Logic And. And Logic And is a very, very helpful logic tool that allows you to have different events happen, and every one of those events have to be completed before the final result. So those are really helpful. All right, so, and again, here's another one. You enter here, bad guys, and then exit, and then they are defeated. Pretty simple stuff, right? Oop, let me take that off. Can she jump up here? Yep. And there's another... oh, I can't. I wanted to... Alright. So, there's another trigger area right here, and this is the one that spawns in Venom. And of course, after Venom spawned in, he's a mod. Okay, he's a mod. The character townspeople modded for the Marvel Battlegrounds characters, and other ones similarly based on that, like Anakin and Elsa and whatnot. Some of them don't work right, hence Spot going into a T-pose, but it's probably because he's overridden with Nick Wilde. And most characters it doesn't matter, but him it apparently does. That's fine. If I load in Spot and play as Nick Wilde, I'm not going to have any problems. So it's something to do with the AI because it's trying to use Captain America's choreography. That's fine. Why won't you? Alright. Apparently Spot doesn't like to climb upstairs. So what else? Not sure what else. Everything else was the same. So I just have to show off some of the bad guys, some of the mods. So I'm going to load up another toy box here and show you some of the mods. Because you've all seen a lot of these. You didn't see all the rooms. You know what? I'll do that in a second. Let me show you all the rooms here. All right, so then you have the ballroom. And different ways you can go up, and I'm not liking how it's his legs. It's probably the mod because he's a short character into a tall body, and so his legs get all stretchy. Just jump up high. Yeah, so here's that trap I was telling you about. Should this be that brown bat? I know I tried that before. Nobody ever said anything. Alright, so quickly run through the library. You've seen that in another video, so I can get up here. Oh, come on. Trying to... Yeah, might as well just take the stairs regularly. Get! So that's balcony in between the tower, building 1 and tower 1. So main entrance, courtyard. Apparently small creatures don't like the spiral staircase. All right, that goes down to the church. Even I get lost sometimes. So what we want to do is get a better look at the laboratories. Okay. So hospital, old weird laboratory hospital. So the idea was they would take prisoners and operate on them and make things. Make what? Well, we had to fight Hulk, right? And it's Frankenstein's monster, right? So that's the idea. So that's the idea behind that. What I like is the bridges between the towers. So there's another one up. I think up. Nope. Wrong. That is, I don't know what you'd call it, but I thought that was cool. Putting the curtains there like that, or the drapes. And using King Candy's floor or texture for the carpet. Oh, the other bridge is underneath. So it's the second one down, I think. If I go down... Nope. I'd have to go down again. Yeah, it's the second one down. That's my favorite. Anyway. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, we want to go into this one. I think you can break sometimes. Yeah, you can break. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to use a climber in these because I guess you'll break the you'll break through the collision. It's pretty stupid. All they had to do was use regular blocks. And make them invisible. Alright, so again, bookshelves, and you get the Z fighting on them, and just the different jars and books and the potion things. I didn't think these would work, but putting them with the vaulted platforms and everything, it looks perfect. And of course the change jars, but we just needed some regular bottles, and this just came out really awesome as a mad scientist laboratory, in my estimation, in my honest opinion. So, oh, we already. We want to go up. Now. No, I want this. Alright, so of course this being the trigger area that activates Shaft, but this trigger area going in here puts this piece on reverse. They're 4 short floors, and then it just goes in the reverse direction up. And you can see above that there's another trigger area, and that teleports us right above it. So once we hit that, we just teleport right to this checkpoint. And of course, this is...
Oh, hi!
This is the trigger area that spawned in Frankenstein's monster, or Hulk. And messed up the checkpoints. Before I talk about those checkpoints, or not the checkpoint, I messed up those friend spawners. But before I talk about that, let me just show you here that this trigger area makes this one, it's a separate path creator. And even though it looks the same, that's the idea. I wanted to make it look the same. And that just raises that down to a certain point, but it's not the same one. So actually, see that? If I do it right quick, you can see this one come up because it's not finished. And it looks like it's the same one. They're two different pieces. And of course, this is the best I could do with like the idea of electric laboratory. Actually, it's not the best I could do, but the best would be to use the road pieces for Frankenweenie or whatever that toy box is, the decoration is from Frankenweenie, and the road pieces, Victor's Experiments. Yeah, so that might be a little bit better, but I was running out of space again. So let's talk about the friend spawner. At the start of the game, I said I'm blue. Here's the problem. Bigger games, bigger toy boxes. What happens is when you spawn in, use those in the mod, right? And they will take sometimes they will bypass if you want them to be orange, and they will become whatever you are, even though it's set to orange or something like that. So you set it to nothing, right? They'll fight you if you're blue, but even then, setting it to nothing will sometimes, and I found out more times than nothing, will make it your team. So the boss, you can't fight the boss because they're on your team. So what I did, I tried to work around it. When I go into this trigger area, it would remove all players from teams and then spawn in the character in question, and then using the logic on the character spawn in, that would reset you back to blue. In the instance of this room, it messed it up. I don't know how. It's the first time that ever messed it up. And it messed up the teams for Elsa and Merida. Or me. Somebody didn't have teams. Alright, so then I get done with the boss fight, and the boss fight is triggered when you fight whatever spawner that is. Character defeated, or wave defeated, remove the ones I had for help. Okay. On to going to Dracula's castle, or the keep, right? Went in here, and then that loaded in Dracula. Supposed to be 45 seconds after that, supposed to be Maleficent. And then the other three were supposed to come in, and there was a delay. Anakin got defeated, Alucard, right? And then the other two spawn in, and they had their respected teams. They didn't break rank. So we beat the bosses. Everybody gets cleared out except this Elsa. So that happens when there's too much things going on. And again, I'm using mods. It's not supposed to, you're not supposed to use mods. Again, that's not how the game was made, but we want it to be good. Anyway, this is the throne room, and a lovely throne room this is. And that brown bat is on the throne. So until next time, remember to keep on building. No, I stand corrected. I said keep on building. We'll say keep on. This is just so awesome. All right, so I'm going to show you those mods. Okay, so we have, and of course I made them all bigger so you could see them better. So Stitch, I'm trying to think, who's Stitch? Stitch is Stitch. the townsperson Stitch.
Hulk. Venom.
Yeah, we know you're the Hulk. So Hulk is the Hulk, and that's the mod. It's not just Great Hulk. I put some scars and stuff. You know, I probably couldn't see it in the game. Looks more like hide. But anyway, I gave him some nice denim texture to his jeans. Venom looks more like Killer Croc than Gilman, but I like it. Gave him some, actually it's crocodile skin. And Doctor Strange as Dracula. And, of course, you got the werewolf there. So as far as Nick Wilde goes, I want him to act more like a dog. That's why I used the spot mod. And I didn't want that stupid popsicle. But again, I could have found a way around it, but it's pressed for time. Pressed for time right now. I got to get the special edited and loaded up. But anyway, so we got some mods here. We got a kick butt castle. We got it all, except we didn't get a run through with no glitches. Forgive me. At least they didn't get stuck to the wall this time. So, until next time, let's see if everybody can beat Dracula. Well, that's a way to beat him. And Stitch is frozen. I thought I was able to fix that, but I didn't. It didn't get fixed. At least you didn't see it in the playthrough. Guess Frankenstein's monster beats everybody.
Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to give me a like before you click out. And also, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it now! And click the bell icon if you want to know what I'm up to before I even know what I'm up to, because it helps you see into the future. And I just made that up. Until next time, this is That Brown Bat reminding you to keep on building.